Welcome back to Kearsarge Valley Magazine. I'm again joined by Barbara and Larry Harper, and we're here at Portrait Design Photography in Sutton. So thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We talked a little bit last week about how the business got started, and it has recently moved up here to Sutton, so very convenient for our local viewers. And we talked about your mission of wanting really quality photography and innovation and flexibility to meet people's schedules. So now today I thought we'd talk a little bit more about the actual services and products that you do offer. Tell me about some of those.
We offer a variety. We do sports. We have a variety of sports teams. We do a lot of commercial photography, particularly headshots. We're increasingly doing more product pictures, particularly for startups.
Okay.
And we're doing pictures that companies need to represent themselves well in the internet. And so we're looking for a slightly different image. We do a great many families. I think we're up to about almost 15, 18 families on a bi-weekly basis who want pictures, whether it's like Sunapee or whether it's in the Hanover area. We're doing a lot of those. We do a lot of high school seniors. And we try and do most of those outdoors, where a lot of people charge extra. We don't charge for those things. Okay. And then we do standard, what I'll call portraits of all types for individuals who want portraits for different reasons.
Now, business and individuals, the business side of it, this is getting more and more important, isn't it? As we go more so to websites rather than paper color brochures, and people need really high quality photography to really show their products, don't they?
Absolutely. And you need something that's going to bring those out, have the individuals who are looking for it, looking for the business, be able to identify exactly what they're looking for. When you look at a picture, you want it to say, this is for me. And that's what we try and do. That's what we try and bring out.
And very important part of marketing these businesses too.
Yes.
And I would imagine, having done this for so many years, you have a lot of good ideas and input about how best to show their products and their business, whether it be in a paper form or on the internet or wherever the pictures are.
Absolutely. It's important that that picture jump out. It's important the picture attract the buyer. It's important that the picture be part of the marketing and say, this is the right item for the consumer.
Now, as far as individual photography goes and portrait photography, I know you do the sport pictures, so the team pictures and the things that kids can get through the sporting teams they play on. But you also, as you mentioned, do a lot of family photography. And I think some people have the misconception that, oh, I can whip out my little digital camera and take a great picture of my family, but there's a big difference between professional photography and what we take at home. Tell me about that.
Well, I teach photography on the side, so I get this question fairly regularly. Things are such as lighting. It's putting people where you've got a tree growing out of the back of their head by mistake.
Done that. Yeah. Or the shadow that makes them look like a cone head. Yes. Done that too.
So what we do is try and get the right shot. And we try and actually do, most of our photography is outside, particularly late spring, summer, and early fall. So we want to find places that are also very good to bring the family out, to give them a memory of the local area, as opposed to taking a picture with the background like this, which this backdrop could be New York City.
Right, right, right. But the natural lighting of outdoors,
it's wonderful.
I would imagine, is most popular if you can get it.
Yes.
But it has to be not too bright out, or I would imagine the right conditions to make it.
You can shoot in almost any condition.
Okay.
It's just finding the right spot. It's getting the right lighting. It's enabling you to get all the faces, all the features, as opposed to saying, oh yes, there is a part of that person where it's just blacked out at this point.
Yeah, and that, you mentioned also senior photography, which is also important. And my kids attend a private high school that doesn't do portraits for students automatically every year. So you've got to take care of these things on your own, and especially when the kids are seniors. You want to have a special portfolio to remember that special year and graduation or whatever the occasion might be. So that's, I would imagine, becoming more and more popular.
It is, increasingly so.
And do you also do weddings and other event type of photography?
We do event photography, for example, golf matches and tennis tournaments and bike riding events and small events to raise money. Actually, we have a donation program, so we try and support those activities.
Wow.
We don't do weddings. We have stayed away from weddings. We have done some bridal pictures, but just have stayed away from the weddings themselves.
Well, you're pretty busy in a lot of other areas, so I would imagine that's keeping you not bored.
This is true.
Well, we so appreciate you having us here today. Let's tell our viewers how they can contact you if they want to know more about what you do here at Portrait Design.
Well, we have a internet site, which is portraitdesignphoto.com.
Okay.
We are can be found through telephone at 603-927-4600. Trying to think, how else can we be found?
Probably have email on your website, I would imagine.
Certainly. We have an email address. You can just click and send us a note, send us a message.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. And you're right here in Sutton, so you're not far away,
yes.
which is wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Barbara and Larry, for having us here these 2 weeks and for being on the show today.
Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
When we return, I'll wrap up this weekend edition of KVM with some highlights coming up on the next weekday edition starting on Monday evening, so stay with us.